Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham daily news and update show, The Breakfast Club. Yes, it's an early show. Just want to get one in. Didn't think we'd be having to do this show. As you can see, striker is on the hunt. We're on the hunt for a new striker. The striker hunt is on. Oh, my God. I cannot believe it. Sorry. Had something going on in the background that distracted me. Yeah, we are on the hunt for a striker. And all signs point to the fact that someone's going to come in sooner than later. I have no idea who it is. It'll probably have to be a free agent because it's considering the time. But a lot of speculation. So anyway, smash a like on the video, subscribe if you want to subscribe to the Local Pundit, become a Local Pundit member on our way to 50,001. If you know, you know. And we are here for a little quick one. I have a busy day today, so I want to get this up early, get it off the plate, get it out to you, and we'll talk about it. So how's everyone doing this morning? And yes, Mertland is first. There you go. He got in first, and A2ZEV is there. How are you? And this feels wrong, but go with it, my friend, and take the W. And he said he beat Drew. That's all that matters. Aaron, how you doing? Look at all these members here. Also, if you haven't got your memberships yet, get your memberships, and helps the show out. And it's really great. So yesterday we had a 0-0 draw at home against Huddersfield Town. On less than 24 hours thinking about it. Okay, fine. It wasn't the sexiest display, but if we swapped it, what Parkin said, if he swapped it and we got, a draw away and we got one at the 3 points at home, he would have taken those 4 points. So look at it that way. I just would have liked a more aggressive display from us on the pitch at home, but we kick every ball and there's a plan. That said, the other news that came out was the fact that Fletcher went down with a knee injury. He had a shot and he's going to be out. And Jack Marriott had his operation. That did go well. So that's good, but he's going to be out for several months. That puts us down to 3 available strikers. That is Ollie Palmer, Mo Faal, and Paul Mullin. All right, that's what we have. And I to Matthew Jones says, that's Matt, for God's sakes. Matt, it's not Race Course. There you go. I'm pretty sure that's Matt. I'm not expecting our next signing to be a striker. How crazy is that? I don't know. You tell me. You guys have more information than I have. So, and everyone has good information out there. So we shall see. So let's get into this real quick. This is from the leader. Wrexham set for striker reinforcement with Stephen Fletcher and Jack Marriott out. Okay. Now, Parkinson short of bodies in attack for Wrexham. Some say that, Mo Faal's not ready yet. Probably not ready yet, but, let's get into this article. That was me, had to switch accounts. I thought so. I'm like, I think that's Matt, but so there you go. There you go. Hey, it was me, but we had to switch accounts. So there you go. Sorry, Matt. I put 2 and 2 together there quickly. I'm still waking up. So Phil Parkinson is set to strengthen his squad with additions of free agent after signing Wrexham's second striker sidelined through injury. Leading scorer Jack Marriott suffered a broken leg. Innocuous incident in training last Thursday and will be out of action for at least 4 months. That's bringing him to the new year. Parkinson has been dealt another blow as Stephen Fletcher sustained a knee problem and missed Tuesday night's game goalless draw at Huddersfield at the Racecourse in League One. The Reds boss has not put a timeline on the Scotland International, former Scotland International, when he'll be available, but he is short of bodies in attack. Rathbone is one they talk about using up front, and he could play that role, that Mullin role. But let's see what's going on. Ollie P. and Paul Mullin started up front against Huddersfield, and they played a lot of minutes. Mo Faal came off the bench for the second half for Wrexham league debut, and although Captain James McLean had previously played as striker, Parkinson is light on that position, he said. Going here he is, we quote. He says, we got a little bit of a disruption in the last week or so with Jack, and then Fletcher's knee flared up over the weekend. Fletcher's got a problem, so that's a real blow for us with Jack being out and Fletch going down. Not good. It's a double blow. But it happens when you have injuries. You can't moan about it. It's too much because we got other players like Mo who are waiting for his chance. Now, he says that you got to use him. You had him on for 6 minutes yesterday. You have to use him. I'm sorry. If he's on the bench, I don't care. You got to use him. There are other players who are ready and waiting while Fletch comes back. We'll make sure we keep getting the results and keep ourselves hopefully at the right end of the table. We just got to stick together while we are a bit short in certain areas on the pitch. Concentrate on getting the results and working as a team because that is what we're all about. It's true. I said it yesterday. It's never going to be easy. Wrexham, we don't make it easy on ourselves. And with players going down, It's going to happen. But having 2 strikers go down, our leading striker, Jack Marriott, I feel really bad for him. He's had a stellar season so far. So it's unfortunate. And then Fletch going down, he's a little bit of age, 37, 38 years old. So, things do come up, and that's going to happen. He was going to retire, remember. But that's why we brought Mo Faal in. Matt said he's out running and having a listen. And I think he has a show later on, so go check that out as well. So he's getting his run in as well. It's Parky. He's got to sign a midfielder before he allows himself to sign a striker. Says there. So there are rumors out there who that striker might be. Some said Connor Wickham. I don't know. I've heard his name before several times. I don't know if that's one out there. That was one name that was brought up, but I don't have the goss. But there's other people that have better connections than me that will know. So with that said, I'm going to go on to another one here. That's the report from yesterday. We covered that, and this is the one I talk about here. Fletcher says has a problem with his knee. Happens whenever. It's kind of the same thing. He said Parkinson, Wrexham will explore the free agent market in bid to ensure that we have a firepower required to maintain their promotion push. We're looking at it with Jack's injury and Fletcher an additional blow. We're looking at a couple of options. So there it is right there. We're looking at a couple of options. So take that for what do you think it is. I'm not saying it's gospel, but I would assume that someone's probably coming in, and it's very, very unfortunate. It's bad timing, but these things happen. My frustration with yesterday was that the rotation of the squad. What do I know? Mullin was out on his feet yesterday. Elliott was out on his feet yesterday. Macca was running around, but still, I would have made a replacement earlier. If this is happening right now, they're looking at options. We have the money to do it, I'm sure. Even if it's a short-term loan to the end of the season, fine. If you're going to bring somebody in January, that's still 2.5 months away or 2 months away, whatever it is. I think it's going to happen quick. I don't know that on authority of what exactly is going to happen, but I would see, and if Matt says, maybe it's a midfielder before a striker, I don't know. He knows more than I do as regards to with the connections and certain things like that. So we got to watch and we got to see what happens. But I'll tell you this, we cannot continue to play unchanged 11s throughout the next several weeks. It's just not going to work. That's my opinion. I know, yes, I actually listened to Two Beards. Came on about Big L. I think Big L is good. But we got to rest some of these players. Also, we're going to be forced into having players being rested because of yellow card issues. Dobson, Andy Cannon's on 4, things like that. But up front, we looked a little light yesterday, and I think it was, I would say it was tiredness. At the end of the game, we tried to make a push. Fair play to Huddersfield. They came, they had a plan, they put it together. They're back 5, whatever they had, were amazing, but there was no spark. So on the striker note, the hunt is on, but I tell you, Mo Faal can play. I know he's not up to scratch, and people are to give me a lot of shit, but Mo Faal can play. If you're old enough, you're good enough. If whatever they signed him for, take that out of play. You got to trust him. Parkinson has to trust some of these players and get them and get them on the pitch. And A2ZEV says, yeah, you're right. Can't play an unchanged 11. Watch me. Of course, I know I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm a fan. We run a community of fan channel here. You know what I mean? So we can have our opinion. Doesn't mean I don't trust Parkinson, but my recommendation would be like, we got to start working some of these players in, not just in cup games, not just 6 minutes, but Parkinson yesterday was okay with getting the point. You could tell by his reaction afterwards. Fine with that. But now we're in a little bit of trouble. And a little bit of trouble with the boys going down with injury. It's unfortunate. And, it's unfortunate that, what I want to point out too, it's unfortunate because none of these injuries actually happened in a game. It was it were both in training from what I understand. So even that, not that adds to anything that's going to help him get back any sooner, but it's unfortunate. JM was actually having a fantastic season, and Fletch was coming on, kind of doing bits here and there. So there it is. But how many minutes did he play? Anyone out there? How many minutes did he play in the cup game? Did he play a full 90? Did he play 70? I don't know. What do we need him playing 75, 80 minutes for? We don't need that. Marty Waghorn, says Gary Thomas. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. What do you mean by out there on their feet? Sorry, I'm Dutch. Meaning like they were very tired. They put it all out there. They're out on their feet. Like it's a boxing match. It's a boxing term. He's out on his feet. He's punch drunk. So Sorry, Gary. Apologize. And welcome in, by the way, following on Twitch. That's awesome. Can't play on there you go. HZ Parky says, Parky has successfully frustrated every single fan with his tactics, but it works. I know it works. But you can't just not, he's got to have a little bit of criticism. You know what I mean? Mullin out there running his ass into the ground 2 games in a row, not going to help him, especially coming back from injury. I know he's our best asset. He almost scored at the end, but he just did not have the legs. If someone, maybe if he brought him off at 75 and had Mo in, I don't know, something. But if buts and maybes, so whatever. But he's going to have to start trusting some players around him. And also, too, in the middle of the park, we're going to have to step up with goal contributions. Big L can score. Dobson's not a scorer. Elliott Lee can score goals, but he had a different role. I don't think he's pushing as forward as he was last season because he did do really well. He likes that role. So we might need to do a little bit of adjusting of tactics here. But it's not for lack of effort, not for lack of everyone not going for it, but we're in a little bit of a bind right now. I think we'll solve it quickly. And it won't be everyone probably won't be before Charlton, or maybe it will be, but that person will probably not be on the bench if they do come in. So just keep an eye on this space. We'll see what happens. FI says new striker by weekend. I mean, they have better connections than me, so maybe that's true. And who would that be? I don't know, but they have better connections than I do. Drop Stash to bring in Brunt next gameplay. Stash in Dobson's spot, thereby giving Stash and Dobson 1 game rest. If we get the max, then we can be rotated with EOC. So what I think he's saying is drop Dobson, put Stash in the middle of the park. I like that move. Bring in Brunty and put them in the back. I think a good back line would be Brunt, Scar, and O'Connell. And I would actually have Stash in the middle of the park. That's just myself. But I think he's a good midfielder. And at some point, Dobson's going to get that yellow card, and he's going to be out of game. It's a fact. It's going to happen. I would like to have two holding roles there too. I like Dobson and I like Stash in the middle of the park, but that's just me. Gary Medine. Okay, this is somebody I know who Connor Wickham is. Gary Medine. Who's this? Gary Medine, footballer. There we go. I don't know who the hell this guy is, but I'm going to go look at it anyway. All right, this is what we're Jesus H. 34 years old. All right, fine. I mean, it's a short term. There you go. Gary Medine. This is what's Brian Loop said. And I like your thumbnail here. But this is something I don't know if this is true. 34 years old. Is he a free agent? He's at Hartlepool in the National League. Can we get him, or is this just a shout? I have no idea. Don't know who it is. There's one. Putting Connor Wickham. Hold on. Connor Wickham. There you go. He's without a club. This would make more sense, I would say. Connor Wickham, also 31 years old, center forward, out without a club here. So he's at Sunderland. That's where I remember from Sunderland. I don't know if this is a possible 1-2 says Christine. And so we'll check that out. But just keep an eye on it. Somebody, I could see something like this happening. I don't know. What do I know in regards to it's going to happen? Kamar Roof. Okay, I think that's Kamar Roof. If you guys, Kamar Roof. There we go. There's another one here without a club, center forward. Says Aaron. Is this a possibility too? 31 years old, center forward. There you go. Don't know him, but he's without a club. He's been out without a club he was at Rangers. But he's, if he's without a club, that's an option too. All kind of have the same size, So we'd actually need someone to play a big and a little, I would say. A big and a little. Because we lost both sides. We don't know how long Fletcher's going to be out, but these are names that are out there. So we'll see if some of this comes through. Dobson and Cannon are close to 1 game ban. Yes, each of them are on yellow cards. And HUCEV goes out to say Brunt, Scar, EOC next game. I doubt it. I doubt he's going to do that. He's not going to. I've gone on. I will. I mean, you could just put this on repeat that what we think he's going to do with rotation, he's just not going to do it. So, but we might be forced in some of this stuff. But the main tick here is that we are in a bit of trouble up front, and a player is probably going to come in. What else we got happening here? So this is another one too. There's a player ratings from yesterday, but if you have anything, if you have any other players, let me know. But things will come out, things will evolve, but I'm sure something's going to happen. Wrexham take a point from League One. There you go. That was yesterday. These are the player ratings yesterday. AO was a goddamn spectator. Did he actually make a save? I think they had one shot on goal. He kept 7th clean sheet of the season. Congrats to him. He did the interview afterwards. Very, very happy for him and how he's playing this year. I think Scar coming in front of him has helped out a lot too. O'Connell, defense was solid throughout and limited Huddersfield to a few chances. They did. He got a 6, so they both got 6s. Dan Scar, who was awesome, marshaled the back line well and deserved a shout out. Dan Scar is undroppable. I know Max is coming back. He was on the pitch running around yesterday. He's not ready to come back full, but Dan Scar is undroppable. Sorry, you're just not going to get rid of him. If he does, I'd be shocked. But then again, the fuck do I know? Tom O'Connor has had tougher days, but he did everything he asked. He got a 6. I think he did well. Silent assassin defender there. He gets his headers in. He controls the ball well. He moves up forward and covers the midfield well. Also helps out because Macca pushes up and he covers that side. Although there was no real pressure yesterday going down that, but he's a steady Eddie, and I mean that in the most positive way. One of my favorites. And having Scar next to him, I think he feels very, very confident. At one point, I think Scar was the only man other than Okonkwo in our half. I mean, the fact of the matter is that when we were pushing at some point in I think it was the first half, O'Connell and Stash were in almost in our box. So they trust Scar to do that. And I think Dobson coming back on defense is great too. Brian Barnett didn't have the best game, but he also got a 7. He's a big threat down the right. Once again, he almost broke the deadlock in the first half. He did. He was double teamed, got some good crosses in. He had a better first half than the second half. He might have tired a little bit. This is one of the changes I would have made a little earlier. But he has to start getting rev in. He's got to start putting other players in. And it might not, I say this too, he's got to just start dotting some of the players in. It's not just Mo Faal for Palmer. Just start dotting some of these other players in for starts in the league. Trust it. You're going to run the players into the ground. You're going to do it. I mean, I can't suit up tomorrow, but I would if I need to. Dobson, presence in front of defense. Dobson did his best to get the play going. He did on the half turn at all times, looking to spread the ball, trying to find Big L, trying to find Andy Cannon, spreading the ball out to out wide to Barnett, which is great. I thought he was a little hesitant yesterday, although he wasn't like, I think he knew he was on a yellow and he wants to play against his old club. So I'm sure that was something. He had a great game. And to be fair, I thought Big L did a little bit more tackling than Dobson did yesterday. So interesting one for him, but also a really good my player of the season so far. Big L, midfield got balls out, the wings wide, but there were chances few and far between. Absolutely, because they had a great defense. Give credit to them. Macca was tough going. This was a game that I would have probably not have started Macca in. This was a rest game for me, which is why they gave him a 6. I don't know, 5-5 for me, 6, fine. But it is what it is. He is the captain. Paul Mullin, it was a difficult night for Wrexham Attack, who starved of service. It was the graveyard shift for them. Huffed and puffed, a couple chances here and there, but it wasn't sexy. I think it had to do with tiredness of him coming back. I would have brought him off a little bit sooner. Rathbone brought on to try to give Wrexham a bit of a spark, got a 5. It's not his fault what he's going to do in like 6 minutes. And Mo Faal, late substitute when he came on for the league debut in 5. Get him on the pitch. He's easing these players into it. I think he's hoping for a moment of brilliance, which we said yesterday. All in all, a point at home. And there you go. Dobson's led us with absolutely spectacular and did not move once the entire night. So good on him. So his Dobson's hair got a 10 out of 10. Okay, a couple in here too. Without trade, so put Seb as a striker for a game needed. Okay, it says Rectangle Forger. How are you? I think you're new to the channel as well. Jake Roberts says, I like Brunt to make a start each time I've seen him. He's a class. Brunt is a good player. He's a very good player. He's going to play a role this season. And Stan Scar is top notch. Rathbone could be used to fill the Lee role. Put Lee up top with Mo Faal. I'd probably see Rathbone in that more than Lee, but that's a good shout. O'Connell has made some glaring mistakes. His pace can't keep up with the right. Tired. I actually think O'Connell has played better since Scar has come in. I think he was in the middle and he got turned a little bit. He has done better in the past few weeks, but he has made some mistakes. It's not his fault in regards to his pace. He can't, but his positioning is fantastic. He's one of our better defenders. I think Scar's our best defender, stopping defender. On the ball defender, best defender is obviously Stash, and then right behind him is probably Brunt, and who doesn't get in. But he's Scar's our best defender. Period. End of story. That's it. Brunty makes lovely lung. Yeah, Brunty will get a shot. So to that point, I anticipate, we're going to this weekend, and it's going to be a tough one to get Charlton at the Valley. So if you're going down to it, hopefully get down there. I think we're traveling 3,000, 2,000, something like that. So it's going to be there. Cleworth is the best. Cleworth is good, but Brunt's our best defender, hands down. Cleworth is our future. That's my opinion. So take it for what it's worth. But so very unfortunate that we're in this situation, but it's football. We will manage it. Parkinson will get something done. I think the investment with the meta thing, which is the last thing I want to talk about here. Where is it? Here. There it is. The meta thing coming in, that's probably not a mistake. The timing of it is pretty good. I'm going to talk about it. This is the new back shirt sponsor. Just play Mo. Why not? All new players will probably end up in the team by the end of the year. Anyway, maybe he's saving them for the push later and using incumbents early on in the season. I think he's using people he trusts, Wayne, but I say play Mo. I would play Mo. That's me. But hey, how you doing, Wayne? Good to see you. It's not EOC is poorer than Stash. Stash and Macca, a defensive support for EOC, doesn't have that because Barney tends to go further up than Macca. Barney's always up. Barney is always up. So, yeah. So welcome everyone, and please smash a like on the video. We are growing this community rapidly, which is fantastic. So thank you all. Let's get to this meta thing. That is it. And last minute, are we going to use meta to simulate tactics before matches? That would be wild. I don't know. Let's see. Meta Quest back of the shirt sponsor replaced Vista Quest. Replacing Mista Quest. This came yesterday. I'll announce it beforehand. Those are the glasses. There we go. Wrexham AFC named their official back shirt sponsor, continuing to the 25-26 season. The club announcement, MetaQuest, has a new sponsor for both men and women's teams. Great. And the official mixed reality partner of Wrexham AFC and Wrexham AFC Women, MetaQuest names the logo, will be featured prominently across the back of the player's kit during the club's home and away games. Right here. Right above. I have last year's. Hold on one second. Yes, I have pants on. So this was last year's. It's going right here. MetaQuest is going right there. There we go. So it's a little show and tell in the morning here, isn't it? Isn't it a little show and tell? Okay. So the club has announced the news yesterday. It came before. Walked into the Stoke House ahead of the match. Huddersfield Town MetaQuest 3 headsets. The players had them. Headsets. Well, players will be able to use them for everything from watching movies, giant screens, and watching virtual training. You can see them on the arrivals at the MetaQuest social channels. The arrivals followed by the team debuting the new kits at the start of the match. Awesome, cool announcement. It goes on to say, who is this? Okay, we're so excited to welcome MetaQuest as our back of the shirt sponsor, says Wrexham AFC co-chairman Rob McElhoney and Ryan Reynolds. MetaQuest allows you to immerse yourself in new worlds and experiences, and it's all about connection, something that resonates with us in Wrexham AFC. Congrats. Whether it's our journey with this incredible club and the bond we share with our supporters, it's about bringing other people together. Plus, now we can officially live out our dreams of being on the pitch without pulling a hamstring. God, please, yes. So that is very good. Go check that out. There it is right there. That brings a few M's, I'm guessing, into the club to put it into a striker that we're probably going to need. So afternoon all, I popped in while at work. A good distraction. Hey, John, good to see you, brother, and hope you are well. John, our local Bahrain City supporter, which is great, and they did. And when is it the last game of the season? Oh, I don't know, May 22nd or something like that. And A2C's, I hope that Mary comes back by the end of February. Yeah, we got a bit of a problem here. We're going to sort it out, though. Keep your ears and eyes open. It's a lot of good people out there. A lot of good people that are in the know, probably more than I am, of course, but we'll find out. It will come out soon. So just watch the space. But the striker hunt is on. And if it's a striker or midfield, I don't know. But we have open positions there too. Because that one open position, and I think we just got lucky that happened. We can bring someone in. Otherwise, you're going to run some of these players into the ground. So, anyways, I don't think we'll have a show later on today. If I do, it might be later on, probably about 4 or 5 p.m. my time. But anyway, smash a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't. And we did ask Teshi, by the way, Techie. And if hypothetically Mary gets back at the end of February and is available from March onwards, then he could play 13 games, March 1st, May 25th. Yes, but he wants to put Lee up front. I don't see it happening, but A2Z, not bad. So I'm going to jump out of here. Quick one. if we hear anything, let us know. But we're on the hunt. Let's see what happens. But good point yesterday against a strong team. We're back at it again on Saturday. And what else we got? We'll do that. And then another game on Tuesday? Probably, yes. Cristiano Ronaldo, come on down. Raymond Blood, I'd love to see that happen. So anyways, on that bombshell, I'll see y'all soon.